Hello. I'm going to talk about the movie that I watched, which was To Raise the Red Lantern. This is directed by Zhang Yimou. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I tried to look up a pronunciation, but a very emotional film. Maybe very somber, but still in good respect, emotional. A film about tradition and how that battle between tradition and modernity or modern movements and feelings. We see four mistresses take the light of this film, all to support the same man in power. Our main character, the fourth mistress, is a very, very central character and counters this tradition very often, or tries to, especially in the beginning, asking very many questions, talking about why are things supposed to happen. And this is when we get a lot of conflict between her and the third mistress. I apologize. Who was a former opera singer, very famous. We find this conflict of who gets the man, essentially, who gets to sleep with who, or the idea of jealousy is very, very heavy in this film. We see a good relationship with from the fourth mistress with the second, almost like a mentor type figure, or a learning the ropes type of figure. And then the first mistress, a much older lady, not incredibly old by any means, but she's kind of just tired of being there, and of seeing these women being forced into these roles. She has a line to discussing such sins. I think this is her talking about the man that she once loved, now roping in all of these other women into just sad lives, to be forced into these positions of power, or power dynamics. They create a lot of issues, and the main conflict is between this fourth and third, like I said before, where eventually we find out through the fourth mistress's views during a mahjong game, where the third mistress is having some sort of interest or love affair, you could say, with the family doctor, Dr. Gao. And in a drunken state near the end of the movie, the fourth mistress spills this secret and tells the other mistresses, and we see that it ultimately results in the third mistress's demise, causing this fourth mistress to be very upset, irate. They state that she has gone mad, and at the end of the film, when we now see there is a fifth mistress, that not only does this cycle continue, but the fourth mistress is written off as mad. And what I see as a sad product of this cycle of power and, in a sense, depravity, where these women are forced to be in these roles of submission to men in power, as concubines, where they may be treated with food and a place to live, an area of luxury, but in reality they're losing a lot of themselves within this film, and a lot of this is said and excused in a means of tradition, and so I think that one of the central conflicts, if not the central conflict in this film, is tradition. And how do you modernize it? How do you okay tradition if in reality it is not acceptable or shouldn't be? This movie ends very somber. I did not feel good after watching it. I think this is very much in line with Zhong's last film, or the film that we watched earlier in the semester of Zhong's, being To Live. And so I did like it very much. And so that was my little talk about the film that we watched, or that I watched. I would like to talk about the Mid-Autumn Festival that I was so very lucky to go to last night. I am the treasurer of the Asian Studies Club at UCA, and so I did volunteer there, and that was such a fun experience. I have never been open not open. I have never been engaged with that community before. This is a very new thing to me, and I thought it was incredible. It was amazing seeing people's performances, seeing all different types of cultures come together. I was unaware that the Mid-Autumn Festival was so wide span across Asia. I had originally thought that it was only Chinese, and so being able to see Cambodian representation, Vietnamese representation was very, very cool, and I hope that it can expand and can grow, so that more people can be highlighted and given their due diligence, and be able to share their experiences and live with one another. I think it's fantastic. If I wasn't a senior, I would definitely go again, and I definitely want to go and try to experience more of this type of stuff. So it was a great opportunity. Thank you for this video, or thank you. Bye-bye.